So the game finishes Burnley 1, Forest 1 after a Nico Williams goal and an Anthony, even though I think it was a Zinchenko own goal. And welcome to the match reaction and your ratings as well. And shout out to Will for the 24 months. And don't forget to check out the sponsors of the video, Football Prizes, where look at all these goodies you can win for 39p. Signed away kit from the whole squad, Insta prize wins on Hutchinson signed frame shirt, Ndoye signed frame shirt, all of that for 39p and £1,000 cash giveaway. So scan this QR code or click on the link. Okay, let's talk about the game. Now, I thought Forest started very, very well, came out the blocks very quick, very aggressive, and got an early goal from the corner. Good corner in by Douglas Luiz, headed away to the edge of the box. And Nico Williams hit it sweet. I think it did take a deflection, maybe off Ndoye, but either way, it goes into the back of the net. And then for the next 20 minutes, Forest were in complete control. One touch, triangle football, moving the ball quickly, you know, getting it out wide, players shuffling, real high press as well. And it was good. And then suddenly, a calamity of a goal. All the goals we are currently conceding are calamities. The ball gets crossed in from the left-hand side. Zinchenko doesn't even jump. He gets out jumped towards the back post, headed back across. The shot is so weak. And then Zinchenko just needed some composure on the line and literally hooks it in to his own net. And I blame that goal on Zinchenko, if I'm honest with you. And then that was it, really. Then Burnley kind of took control of the rest of that half for me. And then we started very slow in that second half, almost conceded off the bat, just like we did against Arsenal. And then for a while, it was very pedestrian. The subs for me were too late. The first sub, I think, was... Who came on first? I can't even remember now. It was a like-for-like one, wasn't it? Who was it? Backward came off for Ndoye. That didn't really change much. It wasn't until Igor Jesus came on, until Hutchinson came on and Callum Mwendo, that suddenly Forest had a lot of the impetus. And then for the last 15 minutes or so, it was only going to be one winner. Forest were on the front foot. Jesus had a great header. Dubravka decides to turn into prime Buffon. Another chance as well for Callum Mwendo. Blocks pretty much on the line. But it just felt like one of those games where long as we were on the pitch, we could have been playing now until tomorrow. Forest just weren't going to score. And you got to give a lot of credit to Burnley. I thought they defended quite well. But I don't think outside of their chance, I mean, they hit the crossbar from a dead ball free kick. But outside of that, Forest kept them at bay. It just felt like it was a team under a new manager who were switching massively from a defensive team to an attacking team. There was very good signs in that first half and very poor ones as well in the second half. I think the subs were too late, but overall, look, that's the away games done. Our next, well, we got the European one away as well against Betis, but our next Premier League game is at home and we can finally see Forest at home. Now, I agree with what Adam's saying there. Jesus should have been playing a lot earlier. Chris Wood wasn't doing too much for me. Gibbs White, I thought, was better defensively than he was offensively. And I like the link up between Douglas Luiz and Anderson, although in the second half, Douglas Luiz faded. Backward, I don't think played well today. I thought, not that he didn't play well, he was just anonymous. Didn't get involved in the game. Needed to see more from him today. But overall, a draw is probably a fair result. But had Forest taken that impetus after the first goal and gone on and pushed on for a second, I don't think Burnley would have got back into it. So listen, let's jump into the player ratings. I'll try and get you away for the 5:30 kickoff as well. Please do hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. We're only on 91 likes and there's over 1,000 people. Let's get that sorted out nice and quick, guys. And let's jump in to these player ratings. Sels for me was fine. I didn't have any problems with him today. The shot against him was a bit bobbly. I don't think he could have done much against it. Zinchenko should have cleared it. Outside of that, Sels made a couple of good saves, but wasn't really worked too hard today. I'm going to give Sels a solid 7 out of 10 today. Let's see what you guys did. You gave Sels a 7.4. Let's just quickly catch up with the super chats before we move into the defense. Where are we? Big up to Sai with the 37 months. Says, encouraged by the play, just need to finish chances. We did create enough to win it. Shout out to you. Happy 2-year anniversary with Will. Thank you so much, Will. And Mike with the £2. He goes, we're missing that raw pace. Williams was outstanding, he says. Thank you for the £2. And Big John with the 199. He says, well, that wasn't worth the 3.5-hour drive, bro. Have a safe trip back. Yeah, you're bringing us back a point, mate. It's better than nothing, I guess. It's better than nothing. Okay, let's move on to Nico Williams. And I thought Nico Williams was very, very good today, both defensively and attacking. I thought he played well. He played well. Not too many problems with what he did. He scored a great goal. Let's not forget the finish was good. There was one where he took a shot where I think he could have played backward in down the right-hand side. But overall, Nico Williams, early contender for me for man of the match. I always preferred him on the left, but he seemed to transition back to his natural right position a lot better and probably and maybe looks a bit more comfortable there. So improvements all around for me in Nico Williams' game. They just keep going up and up. So I was happy with his performance and I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was very good today. Let's see what you guys did. Wow. 5.9 for... Wow. Am I reading that right? What did Nico Williams do to get a 5.9 from you lot? I can't even bother to argue with you. I don't know. Was I watching 5.9? 250 of you have voted. What? Give me your scores in the chat. The computer's working fine. I have nothing to say to you lot. You gave him an 8. Let's saying 8s. 8s and 7s in there. 9s, 8s. Either you're lying or there's trolls in the house. Maybe we do this as a members only vote thing going forward. Milenkovic, I thought he was fine today. I didn't have any problems with him. I don't think he was at fault in the goal. He was quite good going forward, if I'm being honest with you. I thought he broke through that midfield a few times. He's almost playing as a CDM at some points in the opposition half. So I thought Milenkovic was fine. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He was okay for me. See what you guys gave him. A 6. Should we change this to a members only vote? Maybe we should. I think that's quite low. I think he was a solid 7. It's not a 6. Members only for player. I think maybe we'll do that next time. It will make more sense, and but then we can really scrutinize what the members are saying. Okay, 6 out of 10 from you guys. I think again that's low, not as low as you scored Nico Williams. Morato, on the other hand, I don't think he played bad today. I think he was a little slow to move the ball at times. There's something in the second half that stood out where he took too long, lost the ball. I thought defensively he was okay, but this may sound harsh or may sound like an agenda. I just don't feel comfortable when he's on the pitch or on the ball, if I'm being honest with you. But I thought he was very strong in a few challenges. There was one when Milenkovic went down injured, he got done on the wing and he was able to recover with a bit of strength. So I actually, if I kind of put my kind of previous, analysis of him to one side, I think he was okay. This was six for me, if I'm being honest. Boris Mellor with the €5. He says, can't deal with this result. Mr. Marinakis and myself feel have to get a win against Burnley. No excuses at all. We should be beating Burnley, but they have been a tough team in the Premier League. I'm going to 6. Let's see what you guys went. Thank you, Boris Mellor, for the €5. You guys got on 5.3. I don't know. I can. Okay, I'll accept a 5 for a 6. Accept a 5 for a 6. Yeah, sci-fi, that's a good way to. He had a good game for him. If I'm judging him on him, he was okay. He was. I still would have played Jair Cunha. I don't think Jair Cunha has done anything wrong in my time. Zinchenko. I just think defensively he was very poor today. Not just for the goal, but even towards the end of the game, he was a bit lazy. He kind of just let Hannibal, I think it was Hannibal, just run past him. He just stood there like, oh, that might go out of play, that might not. Playing going forward, he's fine. He's fine. Big up, Amit. Hope you're well, bro. But yeah, lazy. That's the good word for it. He just felt very lazy defensively. So I just think I don't even blame him for what happened on the goal line. That can happen, right? But it's the way he got out jumped at the back post. He then did the right thing and went and covered the line, but couldn't sort his feet out. It's still his mistake. Defensively, he was a 3. Attacking wise, he was probably a 6.5. I'm gonna give him a 4 overall, if I'm honest with you. I'm not even putting a lot of that on the actual goal line thing. It's more just the laziness. I'll give him a 4 out of 10. You guys have given him a 6.5. All right, we're definitely going into member mode next week on Wednesday. I thought you were going to smash Burnley. What happened, Wolfie? How did you do against Brighton, mate? You're like, focus on your team. Wait, loads of WTFs in the chat. What, are you saying that I've scored him too low? I think he was a 4. I wouldn't say higher than that. Anyway, I don't know. It looks like there's big gaps between us and the trolls. But anyway, let's go to the midfield. Anderson. I thought Anderson was very good in the first half. Passing a little bit not up to his usual standards. I think the connection with him and Douglas Luiz in the first half was very good. There was quick one-touch passing between him, Luiz, then out wide to like an Ndoye or whatever, or a Zinchenko in that midfield was good. Overall, I don't think it was his best game, though. Don't think it was his best game, but I grant that there needs to be a little time to build that partnership with Douglas Luiz. In general, he didn't really do much wrong, but I think we could have got a bit more out of him. He was the one. Did he cross it in for Jesus' header? That was a good cross in there. Overall, not a problem with that. I like that pairing. I'll give him like a 7. I think he's worthy of a 7. You guys have gone a 6.3 with him. I don't know if that's me too high, you too low, or whatever. I don't know. 6.5 sounds about right, I guess. It was around 6.5. Let's move on to Douglas Luiz. I thought he faded in the second half, if I'm being honest with you. I thought Douglas Luiz was exceptional in the first half. Very good, but you could tell there wasn't enough kind of minutes and legs for him in that game. Before that game. And he played midweek. I really like this pairing. Douglas Luiz and Anderson looks like it's going to work quite nicely. Overall, though, I thought his corners were very good. We got, obviously, the first goal from his corner. I don't think we are anywhere near close seeing the best of Douglas Luiz at all yet. So I would have given him about a 7.5 for the first half, like a 6.5 for the second half. So about 7, I think, is about right for Douglas Luiz. But if I was if this was him 4 weeks down the line, I would be giving him a 5 because I know how good he is. He just still needs a bit of time just to get match fit and everything. So, but that partnership was very good between him and Anderson. You guys have gone a 6.3 for him, a little lower than me. Okay, I mean, whatever. I don't get it. Too many trolls today. Let's talk about my boy Bakwa. I don't think he had a good game today. I was a bit disappointed in his input into the game. I don't think he was involved enough. Where he was involved, the stuff he did was nice, but it was infrequent for me. To the stage where at one point I think he got switched to the left-hand side, and I don't like him on the left. I think he's fantastic on the right. Still finding his feet, still getting used to it. That was going to be a tough game for him with a bit of a defensive team up against him. But I just don't think that was anywhere close to even the flashes we've seen on him in Swansea and against Arsenal. So very average game for me today from Bakwa. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Not at all worried about him. Little concerned he's doing too many tricks and flicks. Maybe that's one just to keep an eye out for going forward. But yeah, it wasn't a good game today. I'll give him a 5. You guys are giving him a 5.4. 5.4. People are giving him a 3. I won't go 3. I won't give him far as a 3. That's a gender zone. That's a gender zone. Okay. Ndoye, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see too much from him. I don't feel like he can take a man on. I'm not quite sure what his strengths are yet. I feel like he may be a bit of a GA merchant, maybe. I don't know. He kind of feels like... He reminds me a bit of Chris Wood. Like, either he's got a goal or an assist, or he hasn't really done much in the game, if that makes sense. In this game, I don't feel like he was that involved. I don't think we did too well on the wings until actually Callum Hudson-Ndoye came on, and I thought he looked better out the wingers. So, look, nothing bad, but nothing good, if that makes sense. I personally don't understand why Hutchinson didn't come on when he's not going to be able to play on Wednesday. So that was a little weird for me. So I probably would give him about a 5, guys. I just don't think... It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a good game. Ineffective is probably the way I would look at that one. Wow. You guys gave him exactly the same as me. A 5. Coventry beat the Bin Dippers. Big up Matt and Sophie, man. Big up Matt and Sophie. Okay, so we're in agreement on that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I tend to worry when I'm in agreement with you. Gibbs White. I don't think he was as bad as a lot of you were making out. I thought he was a lot better than he has been in recent weeks. Defensively, he was very good. He got some key tackles in, sometimes some key headers in as well. Attacking wise, I just don't think it quite clicked, but I don't think it was terrible. I don't think he was terrible. So I think he was okay, is the best way I can describe him. There wasn't that many flicks and tricks, so that's why I'm not angry or upset at him. He did play the ball out wide a few times to, I think it was on Ndoye's side, but nothing was coming of it. But overall, he was okay. Again, an indifferent performance. Nothing amazing, nothing bad. So I'm just going to vote. I'm going to give him like the exact average score of a 6. You know what I'm saying? 6 is average. That's what he was for me. Gibbs White was decent dropping in, but not as much in the final third, said this pundit. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he worked hard, but ineffective in the final third. So I'll give him a 6, like a 5 for a 6, an average score basically. You guys are giving him a 5.2. Okay, let's just have a quick check on the likes. We've got over 1,000 in here, but we're sitting on 200 likes. You know what I'm saying? Let's get up to 300. In terms of subscribers, a little better. We're up to 32,123. So if any of the 1,000 of you are not subscribed, it's completely free to do. So please do make sure you've subscribed as well. That's free to do as well. And what else is basically free is the sponsors of today's video, which is, of course, football prizes. Look what you can win. Signed Forest away kit by the full squad. Insta prize wins for Hutchinson, £1,000 cash, signed framed Ndoye shirt, 39p. Go grab your tickets. There's quite a few left. but they will go like hotcakes. Okay, let's move on from Gibbs White and let's talk about Chris Wood. Chris Wood, for me, was the most disappointing player today, maybe apart from, say, Zinchenko. But I just feel like he was ineffective. I think he should have scored. There was a nice build-up play where the ball came through to him in the first half. And you'd guarantee he scores that week in, week out, but it was a weak shot straight at the keeper. The one thing I think he did well today was whenever Sels kicked it long, he tended to be the winner of that aerial duel where he was able to chest it down. But outside of that, I don't think he did much else. And I think he needed to come off earlier and we'll talk about Igor Jesus in a second, but when Igor Jesus came on, there was more energy in that final third of the pitch. So I don't think it was a great game from him. I think he should have scored. But the good thing is now there's competition against him. So if he's not playing well, bring on Igor Jesus or bring on Callum Mwendo or what have you. So I'm actually going to give him, I think I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, Jess. But it wasn't great today from him. He should definitely have scored. You guys have given him a 5.8, nearly 2 higher than me. Am I being harsh with a 4? Is that harsh? I don't know. You lot tell me in the comments. Okay, and then let's move on into the subs. So the first one on, I think, chat, if I'm right, was Hutchinson for Bakwa. That change was okay. I don't mind that change happening, but I don't think it changed the shape. In fact, I don't think anything changed when that happened, apart from Hutchinson looked like the most creative and threatening winger. I thought when he got the ball, he started to drive, put in a few good crosses, pushed Kyle Walker back. Kyle Walker played quite well today, to be honest. But it wasn't until the other subs came on, is what I'm saying, that we saw Hutchinson get more into the game. So I thought he was actually pretty good. I'll give him like a 6.5 or a 7, around there. Overall, he was okay. And the best of the wingers, in my opinion, on today's performances. You guys have gone a 6.1 for Hutchinson. Okay, 6, 7, I think. No, I'll grant that from you guys. Sangare, I actually thought when Sangare came on, we regained the control of the midfield. I thought that was a good substitution. I'm not sure I would have put Callum Mwendo on the wing, but I thought Sangare came in, re-energized it a bit because Douglas Luiz was blowing a little bit, and I thought he was absolutely fine. He was controlling it, getting the ball out wide, etc. I'll give him a solid 6 out of 10. I thought his performance was fine. And you guys have gone a 5.5. Well, there's the agendas. As always. All right, let's move that on from him to Callum Mwendo. I was surprised to see him go on the right-hand side. I thought he would have gone up front and maybe Jesus would have gone into the 10. But he did some things good on that wing, but he should have scored. I think his chance was easier than Chris Wood's. He just had to not hit the defender. But I liked what I saw of him, even out of position. I like this player. I think there's a lot to like about him. The miss was bad, though. So he was like a 7 performance, but he's a 6 for that miss for me. Is that harsh? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see if you lot agree or disagree. Wow, you've really marked him for that miss. You got a 5.1 for Callum Mwendo. Remember, he was playing out of position. Yeah, you're right, Adam. He did more than Ndoye. And he wasn't that bad out wide on the wing either, to be honest. So, anyway, that's him. And then the next sub was Jesus. Jesus, for me, is settling very nicely into Forest. I thought he played very well when he came on. I thought we had more bite at the kind of, the top of the pitch. And he was unlucky not to score his header. It was very well-headed ball put into the corner. And, he had Dubravka stretching very, very much so. So I think he played well. I think he should have started. If I'm honest with you. And I'm actually going to give him a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Big up to Dave Red Dog becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, Danny, bro, you're coming in here shamelessly after you didn't win. Like, where's the shame, Danny? Where's the shame? I'm giving him a 7. You guys, wow. Really? 5.69. By the way, guys, 1,000 in here, 277 likes. Please do hit the like button. We're about to talk about Ange. I can't wait to see what you guys thought about Ange. I think you guys are being harsh. I think you guys are being way too. I thought he was very good when he came on. So that was the final sub, wasn't it? Let's move it on to Ange. Have I missed a sub, guys? Have I missed a sub? Big up to Kev for subscribing. Okay, Ange. The team was fine. My only worry was about Morato playing. That was my only concern. But I thought Morato was okay. In game, the first 20 minutes, Forest were brilliant. Then we lost our way after we conceded. My biggest gripe about Ange today was the substitutions. I don't think it was done quick enough. Because when he did make the changes, we again got ourselves back into I'm talking about the triple change. That got us back into the flow of the game. I can't blame Ange for that goal, by the way. I can't blame Ange for that goal. I thought Ange was not at fault. He didn't tell, Zinchenko to lose the header at the back post and kick it into his own net. I don't think the change from Hutchinson to Bakwa in itself made an impact. And then you saw Hutchinson kicking in once the other three subs came in. So I don't think it was that bad. And I think a lot of people are not giving Burnley enough credit. I'm actually going to give him a 6 out of 10. He's got his first point on the board. We saw some decent football for 20 minutes. He's only been at the club 9-10 days or whatever it is. But I'll give him a 6. It was okay. We could have won it if the players had finished their chances. They didn't. Is that on him? I think a 6 is probably about fair. And it's individual errors that cost us in today's game. I thought you guys would go a lot lower, but you on 5.2. Okay, fair enough. 5.2. So that's your lot, really. Man of the match for me was probably Nico Williams. And yeah, we need a win. We need to win. We roll into Betis next. Let's see how that goes on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll be back with Grumpy Old Reds tomorrow. We'll have my post-match kind of analysis probably in the morning tomorrow as well. But yeah, finished Burnley 1, Forest 1. I don't know. I feel like we could have won, but didn't win, and then it felt like we couldn't score. I don't know how to describe it. Is this how the Spurs fans were all feeling last season? I don't know, because there were moments of absolutely scintillating football in there. And ends up in a draw. But at least we didn't lose. Let's go laugh at Dan's online doing the Man U game. So let's go giggle at him. Let's just tell him it's an FFTV raid. If you guys could spam that in the chat, that'll be fantastic. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good game. Have a good evening, and come on, you Reds.